Are you a fan of TNA in 2017?
Let's talk about that. Do 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 do. All right, great. You don't know how long it took for us to find that intro for Genesis 2017. Even though it is a weekly Impact show, the 26th of January 2017,
I
of
love
course.
pay-per-views.
I love free
Better
previews
free
on a weekly show. Wow, this was actually
that
really
I
good though.
spent money on when I got my brown bags.
We funded this, all of us in this call, between my two brown bags, Mullen's brown bag, Zach's like five
My
brown
four,
bags, four brown bags, and Malon's one or two brown bags.
two,
We
two.
funded Genesis for you guys tonight. So props to that.
You're
Props
welcome.
to
Round of
Don
applause.
West. Yeah, round of applause. Wait.
You're welcome.
You can't see me, but I'm actually doing the little round of applause. The show kind of started off pretty decent. Actually, I would say it's surprising when the Hardys were like the least entertaining thing of the show. I think that's definitely a step in the right direction, pushing it away from just being about the Hardys. And we had the Hardys start off, and they were like, "Welcome to Genesis," and and they're reminding everyone that the Hardys number one. And with that, the Death Count Council, even though James Storm calls themselves the Death Crew Council, but still Death Count Council. Fact check that for you. Still DCC, still Death Count Council, despite what some people were saying. They came out, they were like, let's fight, and then they came out and they were like, let's fight, and then they all fought, and we all know what happens. Hardys won, lol. It's pretty much that. Just two teams that the Hardys already beat to start off Genesis. Just I guess they just wanted the tag titles on the line. Every match was a title match, pretty much. They were just building towards, hey, next week is open fight night. So expect more title matches, stuff like that. There was no Eli Drake. There was no middle ground guys. And I remember the match that we forgot about, actually, Mullins, was the Galloway and Moose match. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Because there was one match we kept on forgetting about when we were talking about the show of what match there was. And then you kind of forgot about it. It wasn't that crazy. I'll actually say that was the least greatest match of tonight was Galloway and Moose. So there was that. Yeah, Braxton Sutter had like a little vignette with Laurel Van Ness the entire show, saying that they were on a date and that she was gonna be Laurel Van. Yes, exactly. So, it's kind of weird, but yeah, that's building towards something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Galloway, Moose had their
Towards
thing.
something.
Yeah, Moose and Galloway had their thing. No title changes there, of course. Let's talk about the greatest match of the show, though. The Knockouts Monsters Ball match. Here's where I'm going to be ballsy, and I'm going to say, as I've stated a couple of times, not just because I'm a fan of TNA, I love the company. I want to see it succeed, especially in 2017, because we were doing pretty good in 2016, reversing a lot of quote-unquote curses with the company, and we were kind of their little weird phase in the beginning of 2017, but with the new Anthem product being pushed forward, I think we're definitely seeing why the Knockouts are much better than the women's division in WWE. I'll say that. Pretty good, because we had a hell of a match with the Knockouts. We saw Rosemary take a thumbtack bump. She took barbed wire to the face with the barbed wire, blackboard, the black table. She took many kendo sticks. She took many steel trash can hits to the head, stuff like that. It's crazy. So that was an occurrence here tonight. In the end, though, we saw Rosemary get the win because Jay doesn't do good with tables. Then Gail Kim came out. Rosemary crawled in the ring, all creepy spider-like, and she spit in Gail Kim's face. And Mullins was like, "Holy crap! I think she went rogue." And that was your whole
literally,
basis.
like she literally, it seemed so out of place.
Mm-hmm. You were like,
Because it seemed like everything was like good and like it was a good. I was waiting for the heel turn or just like a good feel good moment.
Yeah.
Pay per view, but it just completely like she just out of nowhere was like, "Are you kidding me?" And she spits in Gail Kim's eyes.
exactly.
At least it wasn't missed.
It was
It
crazy.
makes no sense if they're really
It's
going to keep
crazy.
Gail Kim out of the ring unless they're building with the, well, Gail Kim was going to be out of the ring, but now she's going to have one match because it's going to be somehow more special because she wasn't going to be ever in the ring again.
I don't
Now
know.
she's
I
gonna
think
win
we're
the
building
title, and
towards
that's what
Jade and Gail Kim. I think. I don't know. It'll be weird though, because Jade would have to turn heel, and it'd be really awkward. I don't know. It might be a long-term thing. But let's talk about Eddie, who's backstage with his boy Davey, who in no way at all looked like a weasel.
Yeah, he looked like real.
Looked like the most despisable person who was gonna stab Eddie in the back at all, right?
The,
Yeah. Eddie was basically like, "Hey, dude, I need to do this. Don't come out at all. I'm gonna beat Lashley." Ha ha. We'll talk about that. But yeah, Davey's like, "I got your back." He's like, "I don't need you. We know where this is heading. It's pretty predictable. We're gonna see another Wolves feud. Am I against it? Not really. I just hope it goes well. Fingers crossed." So there's that. Let's talk about something big though. Caleb Conley, the guy that I have interviewed before on the channel. You can go see the interview somewhere. Just type in Caleb Conley interview. Ribald channel VTech that you'll find it. Trust me, it wasn't that long. It was for something else. That's off topic. But he debuted tonight. Thumbs up there. Didn't get the X Division title though in this X Division Extravaganza match, which featured Marshe Rocket, who I will say, because Mullins will remind me if I was going to forget, that man is like Mike Awesome. He's
Yes.
literally the embodiment of Mike Awesome. He is flying, and he's a big man, and they called him a big man.
Harlem
I'll let you,
sidekick.
I'll let you talk a little about Marshe Rock and stuff like that. What do you
He's not an X Division star. He's
do?
not.
You think he should be
I don't
Grand
know why he's
Impact?
the X Division. He should be in the Grand Impact
Mhm.
thing. I can understand the whole premise of the X Division was, yeah, any guy, any size, there's no limits.
Mhm.
But the thing is when he's in with all these flippy dippy guys, then you put in a guy who's like you said as big as Mike Awesome, which if you remember because I'm just gonna guess on Marshe Rocket's size. I don't really have it off the top of my head. He's about 6'6", 6'5", and then he's also about I'm gonna say in the moderate 200s.
I'll say though, if I was doing this on how I viewed it, I would definitely do the Helms Dynasty more towards Andrew Everett is the X Division guy who will probably never get the X Division title, by the way, or will get kicked out of Helms Dynasty eventually because I see that happening. Marshe Rocket being the sole source of the Impact Grand Championship in the Helms Dynasty faction, and I think Trevor Lee should go for a world title. Never get it though. At least right now, I think there's definitely too much star power for him to get it. Putting him in there would be very good to validate his name. Or you could even put Trevor Lee in what I would say would be perfect for him, the Impact Grand Championship. I could see him be a great champion there, but I just don't think he's not ready for the main title. Marshe Rocket's not ready to hold the Impact title, but he would be good in that division compared to some people who weren't on the show tonight. If anyone remembers last week, people who were in that division. But
I could have ruined that Marshe Rocket conversation.
yeah. So
Samoa
Liberace,
Joe.
so Abyss.
Yeah, Samoa Joe was good in the ring though. That's the thing.
Marshe Rocket's still a little green. That's the thing, but he's still doing a lot of great stuff. So I give him
He's
that.
greener than baby shit.
That's nasty. But yeah, we had this crazy human centipede Orton style DDT, Sting inverted DDT twice, and then a running neck breaker done. It's great. If you look on Twitter for Impact Wrestling, you'll see the GIF. It was great. Just for that, I would say if the Knockouts match wasn't match of the night, this might have been. Even though the match did end very suddenly when DJZ retained the title, as we could have predicted, because by God, why would they ever drop the belt on him and give someone else a chance? I know, given that Mark Andrews might have been the new X Division champ, and now he's gone on to bigger and brighter things, so it kind of kills that. But I think Caleb Conley came in. He had a nice little vignette and whatnot. I don't know. I don't think I would have put the title on him, but I think to be ballsy, it could have been really risky. It might have been good, but I think definitely Trevor Lee holding the title. Thumbs up there. Andrew Everett. Maybe if we're gonna break up Holmes Dynasty, Marseille Rocket, I wouldn't put the title on him. Great match though. Good, phenomenal match. Definitely, I will say that X Division did much better than the world title match and the Impact and the tag team. I will say that, even with this outcome, which I'm not crazy about, but it does make sense, especially after the match when they quote unquote break the ankle of DJZ. So I think we're gonna lean towards next week. We're gonna see because we have the race for the case open fight night. And I believe Trevor Lee has a case, right?
Trevor Lee has a case?
Yeah, so I think this is pretty much guaranteeing he's going to get it. We'll talk about more about the case in a minute. So main event rolls around. Eddie Edwards, Lashley. It was like 30 minutes. Felt like 50 minutes. Don't know if that was necessarily good or bad. It was a pretty decent match. There was definitely a point where I was like, how the heck is Eddie Edwards going to come back? He came back. Lashley, though, got the win. Thumbs up there. As much as I like Eddie as champ, Lashley is a legitimate champ, and I think Eddie and Davey feuding over the world title might not be what you want. I think you definitely want Lashley feuding with someone bigger. So, we'll just have to see who he faces in the future and whatnot. What they have for him. Some quick takeaways was no Eli Drake, no Mid-Carter BS, no Liberace, Aaron Rex, no Spud. None of all that, no Hornswoggle. Very legitimate night of wrestling, which would be very odd, I feel, because next week is open fight night, where I think it will be a little bit of the opposite. So we'll have to see it from there. Anyways, quick takeaways. Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, they're like, I have a premonition of who you'll face for the race for the case, because Hardy's number one. What are you thinking, Mullins? Are you thinking world title? Obviously.
The way it is we, like you said, you got Jeff Hardy has the first choice, and obviously first choice is what you want to do anyway. And you got to look at it like Trevor Lee is already going for that X Division. We've already decided on that concept.
DCC is a weird one because who is it? Who has the actual?
Bram.
Is it Bram? I thought it was Kingston.
Kingston was holding it tonight, but I thought Bram won it.
We'll have to review that, but for keepsake, I honestly would love to see one of them go forward and challenge for the Grand Impact title, just because I don't want them to do the obvious thing and be like, we're going to face the Hardys, and then that's going to interact with, Jeff's already facing Lashley. You know what I mean?
Well,
so
do they have to cash it in all in one evening?
They have to. Everything has to be cashed in next week. Yeah.
What kind of concept is this?
Yeah. Exactly.
This is a total TNA move.
Exactly. And then Eli Drake has the last one, which Eli Drake for the Grand Impact title. Cool. I just think, I don't know. I think Eli Drake will do something crazy. He'll be like, I'm not gonna face a champ. I'm gonna face someone like, I don't know, somebody he's been feuding with for a little bit. I guess EC3, Carter, would be a good one. I really don't know who else Eli Drake would kind of feud with. Very quiet for Bennett. Very quiet for a lot of people right now in TNA. But I think I'll end it with this. I'll let you guys take free reign real quick. Because I've been talking too much. Sorry. Is that TNA is doing a good thing. From what I see, is that it definitely has a revolving cast of people. I would say where with one guy transitions away, another guy's ready to take his spot. You know what I mean? So when Mike Bennett and EC3 were on top of the world, I think we're seeing that shift for like Eli Drake. Definitely, people being reinvented as always, like James Storm. His reinvention is great. I mean, it can be debatable some weeks, but I think it's been doing pretty good. And I'll say tonight was definitely a 9.0, maybe a 9.25. A great night of Impact. An insane night, as Don West would say. So I'll let Zach and Mullins take the rest. Free reign, guys.
Okay, other than that, like you said,
Chris Jericho.
we got X Division. We already know where they're heading. The tag titles, we probably know where they're heading. The only thing that makes me wonder, though, is would they give somebody the tag titles?
I don't think there's anybody who can build for it yet.
I think
Well, the thing is would they give somebody the tag titles when the Hardys are in the middle of this whole, hey, we're trying to gather up all the gold?
I don't think so. I don't know. It'd
That,
be nice
'cause
for the Hardys to
that literally
walk away from
kind
that
of
theme
like,
a little bit.
If they build up the Decay again, or if they sign the Young Bucks.
That's
I
the
think
only,
the
that's
only
two
time
ways.
the only time they would lose it is if they have a, if they sign the Young Bucks and they end up coming to a deal with. If they come to a deal with the Ring of Honor where they end up working together and they have both the titles on the line, I think that'd be the only way I'd ever see it changing hands. You would need a previous team like Bad Influence or something.
You need a team that's as over as the Hardys, if not more.
Mm-hmm. Have fun signing those people.
Exactly. It's going to cost a lot of money to do that.
Mm-hmm. NXT guys aren't going to do much, especially those two, whatever the hell their names were.
No Eli Drake tonight. We don't know what he's doing with his case that he has.
Right, you know what? Any Impact without Eli Drake instantly loses a point in my book.
That's very true. He's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
They could have at least gave him a Facts of Life segment.
Well, there's something backstage.
They could have had him backstage with those two flaming guys, Spud and Rex.
Swoggle.
No, the two flamers.
So we need Swoggle.
Swoggle, yeah, we need a mid segment too.
Every segment needs Swoggle. You need a short man.
He needs to turn heel and be like a sidekick to Eli Drake, and Eli Drake needs to get rid of Tyrus.
Tyrus is still employed.
Definitely agree on getting rid of Tyrus with Eli Drake.
Yeah.
ASAP.
I didn't know Tyrus was still employed by TNA.
Yeah, unfortunately, he still is.
Thought they were long and done over with that after
This
Matt
is
Hardy.
why Cousin Ed needs a Twitter so I can tweet at him all my decisions.
Cousin Ed. Yeah.
That's it.
No rating?
Oh, rating? Oh, shit.
I was like,
Well,
just throwing up.
well, I got some bad news for you. I didn't watch this week.
I know you didn't. Well, you watched the last match.
I watched the last 5 minutes of the last match.
That's the most important part. Is when you find out who's the winner.
From listening to a review and looking at some clips online, I'm gonna give the show 8.5.
All right.
That's actually about right.
All right.
It was actually a really good episode.
Mm-hmm.
With some questionable parts that I felt like were just very TNA booked.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very like, oh, that didn't need to happen, but it's more is less with TNA, or less is more, or whatever. More is good. Whatever you want to call it.
The less money they spend, the better they might be, actually.
Yeah. The thing is they like to try to do so many things within one thing, and I don't understand why they do that. Like, they need to understand that less can sometimes be good.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like, we just had this Monsters Ball match that was really hardcore, but you know, we're gonna end it with a random. We're gonna spit mist at you for shits and giggles.
Don't forget to join us next week for Good Mythical Impact.
Fight night